Good afternoon, everybody. How are you doing? Welcome. I'm the Characteristics. I hope you're all doing well. Um, I'm not. I'm ill. If you can't tell. So this is going to be a very chilled start to the season. Because I haven't got the energy. I've got the passion, but haven't got the energy. I've not prepared for this race. Neither have I, Jay Thompson. Neither have I. But it's the first round of the season, so cheers, mate. Cheers. Um, Literally anything can happen. Obviously, we had last time out, which was very interesting. Battles were downright near constant. Um, it was just utter chaos, which I think is going to be. Hopefully, it's similar. Like, hopefully, we get just as mental action because it was good. It was good. I can't lie. I haven't had a an event sort of that chaotic in a long time. So I'm hoping for improvements. But that would be quite impressive if we managed that. Other than that, I'm just quickly going to recheck it. I can't actually remember what happened if I'm brutally honest. A lot of people went out. That was one thing I noticed. We had quite a lot of DNFs. Um, Hopefully the same doesn't happen again because, who wants that? Short Marcus won by a significant amount. Once again, I hope that doesn't happen because the closer the battles, the better, especially for a win. But the fight for P2 was very close between Kresnos and Pablos. Now, Pablos has already gone on record and saying that he likes this circuit. So there you go. Pablos said 100% podium rate at this track, and I've done like 6 league races at Brazil. But he then did put, I've just jinxed it. So Pablos is going to be a key player in this. I can almost guarantee you. Um, that should be. So I'd like to see. I think Pablos is going to do well. Last time we came to Brazil last season, I'm going to have to look it up. I can't tell you what happened. I know it was our last. I know it was our last event, but please spare me the break. Um, I want BRL. Sorry, both PRL and BRL went to the same track to finish the season. It wasn't the smartest of ideas. Short Marcus did well in this race, I remember. I think that is kind of what I'm looking for anyway. Um, he got driver of the day. He got P2, I believe. So short Marcus is a key contender in this. Mr. Cookie won in BRL last time out as well. But if you cast your mind to PRL, we know that Brazil could also be quite mean to him. So it could really go either way. Either way, I've been talking far too much whilst qualifying has been happening. So you probably want to see that more than listen to my dreary tone today. Um, so we'll let you happily watch that. That's quick first sector. Um, Purple sector one for Pablos, the guy who has put quite a lot of hype to his name. I have absolutely no idea whether it's deserving. Jezza is out for some reason. I don't really know what's caused that, but Jezza's out, and that's not good um, whatsoever. I think for the very first time in history, I have a cup of tea to sit with me today. I, yeah, genuinely don't think that's ever happened. So that tell you the severity. Nah, I'll be fine. I'm just a bit unwell. but some good racing and a very good pole time from Pablos will hopefully make it all better. That's my hope anyway. I know how I usually I usually have to break for coughs. I think today I'm gonna have to break for sneezes. But hey ho, at least it's a normal thing to happen. It's not like a shock to the system. That's a benefit. Excuse better. Uh, you don't want to see their fastest laps. You want to see their gap to leader, don't you? Sure. Oh god, that's a lot closer than I thought it was. Just over half a tenth of a second for pole at the moment. That is good going. Hazard P3, Kresnos P4 are Henson and Mark Marek, I believe that is. Haas is doing very well so far. Anyway, we've still got pretty much the rest of the grid to go. I know it's a bit of a tragedy that we have just 17 on our very first race of the season, but somehow, just like me, a lot of people were on the verge of not being able to make it, and obviously a couple weren't. I know J Horse unfortunately can't make it today, which is a shame because he's also a good championship contender. Now we're down to only a 10 races a season. Each race really does matter. Sometimes it does just come down to who showed up the most, which I know isn't great. I know that isn't what we want, but that's how it is, and I think it does make other in that particular circumstance. It does make the racing considerably more competitive, which I think is important. In my professional opinion, I think this is going to be our worst rated race all season. Just because who wants to sit and listen to me not have any energy or life? I get why hosts have to be all of this. Doing it for Gunther, got the Haas helmet on and all for him. It's tragic. It really is sad. Obviously, if you haven't heard, Gunther Steiner is no longer team principal at Haas. He's been taken over by I don't know his name, but he's been working at Haas since 2016, I believe. Oh no, he was just, I can't remember now. I mean, he works for BAR at one point, so the guy knows what he's doing. So hopefully we see Haas improve, because I know they haven't quite been on form. Doing it for Gunther, proud finishing 17th. That is exactly where Gunther would want you to finish. Obviously, Haas has been a bit of a back team for quite a long time now. So hopefully we can see them up on the front rows. Purple sector 2 for Prodigy. Let's see if the name lives up to the hype. Can he get even, I don't know, top 5? Top 4, that's solid going. P4 for Prodigy. Almost exactly where I guessed it, eh? You can't complain about that. I've got to mention. Oh, it will just be telling me that I've gone live. Yeah, obviously. Great. Pretty much everybody's gone for a lap. I haven't really talked about it. I know. It's not great. But yeah, most people have gone on a lap so far. Excelest currently the only man to not set a time, but I believe he is now going for one. Yes, this is his fast lap. And obviously Jezza hasn't set a time, but he now won't set a time because he's out, obviously. Although I think he did put something in chat. Let's just spun, wasn't even pushing him, went straight into the wall. Oh, that's a right pain. Honestly, when you just make a tiny little mistake like that, because you're not going, ooh, pole provisional. That's not the right way round. Provisional pole, that's it. For Kresnos in the Ferrari. He'll be happy with that. or at least I'd like to think he was anyway. Um, 108.183. Exeter's been setting a decent-ish time. Let's see how he gets on. It's a 10. Oh my god, decent-ish. That's provisional pole by nearly 3/10 of a second. 107.897. So that wasn't just an all right lap. That was very, very good, very strong. Um, oh my god, that was hot. Ah, my mouth is very burnt. Luckily, I've got a glass of water with me as well. So yeah, that was nice. Um, what was I saying? Oh yeah, all of a sudden the grid looks like it's miles away from pole time. Just because of Exelis's lap. Other than that, it was really, really bloody close to say the least. Um, if it wasn't for Exelis, everyone's within a second, which is really good. Um, especially I know Brazil is a bit of a shorter track of 107 now, 108 for majority of people, 109 for some. Um, that's really close. I mean, what's it? That's here we go. I'm gonna do the maths here. So if it's a 2 second gap over what's it, 67 seconds, that means everyone is within 3%. That's close. I mean, that's about as close as we tend to get here at BRL. 3% is like a really close qualifying, and we've just got it on the first race of the season. Usually that happens towards the end of the season when everybody's really on the ball. So this is really quite good to see, actually. And it's giving me good promise for the future, for the rest of the season. Actually, I've put it to 2 seconds. It's not. It's 1.2 seconds. That's two. That's less than 2%. That's 1.017. So that's 1.8%. Really, that's very good. So competitive season, yes, please. Here we come. That is what we want to see. A couple of people are out on track. Should probably pay attention to that. Pablos is properly going for one, so he must be on a fast lap. Let's see how he does. He's going through sector 2 at the moment. Now, probably not many of you know, but Brazil was one of my personal favourites. Oh, he's invalidated. Sorry, yes. As I was saying, Brazil was a personal favourite of mine. I love Brazil. I think it's a fantastic track where eats anyone's game. I don't think, but yeah, Brazil's one of those sorts of tracks where it genuinely can be, um, and you have got to work to put in a good time. Otherwise, it won't go your way. And I think out of everything, Sector 2 is definitely the bit of it. Whoa, hang on a minute, Hazard. You shouldn't. That shouldn't be possible. Oh, the stream's latency is a lot shorter than it usually is. I would have thought he wouldn't even come around the last corner yet, and he has. Oh, hello. That's good. Because it used to be abhorrently long. Either way, most people are in the pits at the moment, waiting to go and do their final lap. We're going to watch Exelis because he's nearly at the end of his race, which would be end of his out lap. There's words, yes, words indeed. Um, hopefully we can have some more of them. I'm not with it. Right, so 107.897 to beat. It's his own time he's got to beat, which I feel like often makes it a bit more achievable because you know where you went wrong and you can improve on that. Whereas if you just go to trying to beat someone's time, it almost feels downright impossible because you don't know where they've got that pace from. Whereas obviously if it's your own, you know where you got your pace from because it's just your pace, but you know where you went wrong, so you know where to improve. Which is sorry, that's bloody hell. That's still so hot. Um, which is why personally I think starting in a provisional poll going into that final run of qualifying puts you in such an advantageous position to go out and replicate it and improve, often by a considerable amount. I know Pablos, he's got to go out there and he's got to do a lap 4 tenths quicker. There we go, cross the line. It's an improvement. It's now 107.820. That's quick, may I say. That's really quick. If we just go back, I'm going to go back to the finale. I want to see what the pole time was, whether we are going to improve on that said pole time. So J Horse, oh, we already have. We already have. Um, so J Horse set a time of a 107.908 last time out in Brazil, i.e., our last race other than pre-season. And we're already at a 107.8, so we're already a tenth of a second quicker. So I reckon, you know what, we could be in for quite a close race, to say the very least. Marek about to come across the line, though dives straight into the pit lane. Alpha Tari through next. That'll be Pablos on his outlap. Yes, it is. Kresnos is the wrong way around. That's tragic. Short Marcus is preparing to go for a lap. I think Hazard's just starting as well. Waiting very late to get going. That's worrying. I feel like you're going to definitely lose some time coming out of that final corner that you're not going to be able to get back because of it. But that's his decision. So here we go. Pablos on his final run of the day into Sector 3 now. It's a fastest Sector 3. It's not quite fast enough to take provisional pole, but plausible to be able to get it. Smeary leaves the session. Exilus leaves the session, interestingly, being on provisional pole. And it's going to stay pole as of right now. Pablos can't quite beat it. Short Marcus isn't looking much better. He is improving on his time, but it's going to be nowhere near enough to even gain a single position. Maybe he'll be able to get a place out of this if he gets a great run out of and through Sector 3. It's going to be P3. So it is going to be a position gained, but it's not enough to put himself any higher than that. So that is qualifying over. That went by quickly. So Exilus put in obviously that really good time early on and has got himself provisional pole, though has actually left the session for some reason. Don't ask, I don't know. Let me check tier 1 general. But fairly solid. Pablos as well, living up to what he said. He said that he's going to get a podium and he's starting on the front row, which is obviously what you need. So with that, Exelist starts on pole position. Pablos P2 for the AlphaTauri and Short Marcus P3 for McLaren. Kresnos P4 for Ferrari and Mr. Cookie P5 for Williams. J Thompson P6 for Alpine. Alizzi P7 for Alfa Romeo. Hazard P8 for Alpine. Prodigy P9 for Red Bull. Blackbone P10 for Mercedes, Kodoy P11 for Williams, Marek P12 for Haas, Henson P13 for Haas, Smeary P14 for Ferrari, Jackalacco P15 for Alfa Romeo, Alligator P16 for AlphaTauri, and Jezza P17 for Aston Martin, rounding out the back of the pack. And it was nearly every driver within a second. Only one driver was outside of that second mark, so I think we got a good race, to say the very least. Best lap I've done around here, to be fair. I mean, the competition's tight, isn't it, up at the front? Just before we get started then, let's have a little rundown of the track. Welcome to Interlagos and welcome to Brazil. 2.6 miles. Two DRS zones, one on the back straight, one on the main straight. It's a very long main straight. Great overtaking opportunity into turn 1 and turn 4 respectively. Sector 2 is a little bit tough to navigate around, but Sector 1 and Sector 3 really open themselves to their overtaking opportunities. No formation laps as per usual. And we're just waiting on players. Exelist has joined. He might just catch the start of the race, but we are 5 red lights. We're on a very long pause, and we are finally away. Exelist probably isn't going to hold on to that lead of the race for particularly long, as Pablos does indeed get himself into the lead of the race immediately. Kresnos is going to be able to get himself through as well, and Exelist falling down to the grid rapidly, but he has joined back in now, so he will be getting himself underway very soon. Just behind the McLaren, J Thompson, and now inherits that good position, hits the back of it and has to run wide. That's going to allow Mr. Cookie through, and possibly his teammate. No, his teammate way too far behind. It was the Williams and Alfa Romeo fighting here. The Alfa Romeo getting the much better exit speed. The Williams actually falling back a lot of positions here. Both Hasses able to get themselves through. They're up to P7 and 8 already. That's very good start from them, to say the very least. Up 6 and 4 places respectively for the two of them. That's really good going. Short Marcus has had an absolute tragedy. I don't know what happened to him. Oh my god, I forgot to press transition. Oh my god, no. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so quite a lot's happened. Utter chaos has ensued. Utter chaos. I'll clip that bit so you can watch it all again. If you all so very wish. Look at this. Kodoy going down the inside of the Haas. Can he get the move done? He's going to have a proper scrap for it. I don't know whether he's going to be able to pull it off or not. He's going to have to go around to the outside. Can he get it done? Yes, he can. Easy as pie for him. I genuinely, I cannot believe I've done that. Oh, I'm fuming. I'm fuming. That was actually quite a good race start as well. Our Henson is on a madness. Up 7 places now. Jezza up 7 as well. I know that he made that mistake before he could even set a lap time, so he's already coming back to prove his worth, and doing so in a momentous style. I think sort of just back here is where all the fighting's happening, as Exelis gaining a position, getting himself into, he wants back. He wants to get himself back into this race. You know, he started on pole position. He's had a nightmare. He was an AI, and he's fallen to the back of the grid. So Short Marcus, and they're both coming back very well, actually. Short Marcus P12, Exodus P10, as they both drop to the back of the grid. The Red Bull, that is phenomenal from Prodigy. He has just slingshotted it through both of those drivers. as as we were watching that. That's very impressive. Prodigy saying that maybe he is that youth prodigy that he speaks so fondly of. And just behind, more fighting going on. I think Marak's had a bit of a nightmare there. He's fallen down. I think, oh no, I think it was Hazard that's fallen down quite a few places. But either way, oh, I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna try and survive it. I'm gonna try and survive it. Hang on for dear life. Oh no, I'm gonna disappear for a minute. I shall be back. Not a lot's happening at the moment. I know. So we live once again. Pablos is running away with this, isn't he? 1.8 seconds already in the first 4 laps. Um, we're just about to start our 5th, so he's nearly bolstered it up to 2 seconds. Kresnos is holding onto the back of Cookie pretty well. I'd be interested to see how the rest of this battle goes. It's the historic battle, and the elder of the two is gonna get the move done. Kresnos soaring past as he sort of did from, I don't know, the late 90s into the early 2000s. Soaring past Williams sort of became their habit, Ferrari. But Williams are going to sneak back through again, just like today, really. Because, as we all know, Williams is much more competitive than Ferrari. That'll annoy some Ferrari fans. Job well done for today. Towards the middle of the pack, and it is pretty much same old in the battling scene. Our Henson, Kodoy, and Marek just can't quite seem to get off of each other's backs. Slightly further down, there was a very competitive fight between Blackbone and Jackalacco, but that seemed to deflate rather quickly. Pardon me. So I reckon I'm going to keep focusing just up here, you know. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to focus just up here because I think the Ferrari's going to try and go for another move. He's not going to, but he did certainly look like it. I don't want to go that way. I want to go this way. See if anybody back here makes a move. No, everybody staying in line. Jackalacco into the pit lane, so I can pretty much tell you why that deflated. Then Jackalacco has got damage. He's definitely got damage. That's almost a certainty at this point. Jay Thompson's getting involved in this fight now. This is going to be interesting. So Williams, Ferrari, and Alpine. From this angle, if it weren't for the pink, the Williams and the Alpine are the same livery, aren't they? They're identical. I don't even know how they are that similar, but that's impressive if anything. Right, this midfield fight as well. Ooh, I do apologise. They don't seem to give up, do they? In particular, our Henson and Kodoy. You know what, right? I know our Henson was AlphaTauri last year, but I will have to ask him at some point why he decided to drop the Williams running. Because if you don't know, our Henson and Williams get on like bread and butter. Like they're good friends. And then I don't know what happened, but our Henson decided to drop him. So I might have to question. Unless someone else knows. Oh, what's happened? Kodo's run off. He's hit the brakes too late. And now oh god, he's lost out to Excelist as well. So he's quite a way back now. So that pushes, oh dear god. How the hell did Hazard have that much speed? That is outrageous. He was flying. He's flying again. He must be running 0-0 wings. This guy is insanely quick on the straights, but it seems quite slowish on the corners. Yeah, you can see Kodoi really catching him through each curve, and then they hit the straights again, and the Alpine just soars. I mean, my God, I genuinely haven't seen an F1 car be that quick in comparison to another in a long time. Sort of since the game first dropped, I haven't seen someone pull away like that. I mean, he overtook Kodoi right at the very end, and then somehow nearly went for Exilist as well. Kodoi's just about going to squeeze through on DRS, which almost kind of says a lot about it. That Alpine is able to hold on, and now he will have DRS going through this section of the track. DRS open, and just stomps the Williams down that back straight and retakes P9 from Kodoi. So Kodoi's he's not doing well, is he? He's gone from 5th to 10th in a matter of laps. But yeah, look at that. He's just that much quicker in the corners. It's really quite something to watch. I'm going to just quickly change our attention over to Exilist, though, because Exilist, as you know, started on pole. As you guys then don't know, he fell to the back of the grid, unless, of course, I tell you. I might have forgotten to switch to the race. My apologies. And now he's climbing back through, and he's P8 at the moment. And obviously, he's now onto the back of the Hasses. And in theory, he should batter them into the middle of next week, shouldn't he? As he's going to here, he's gotten past Marek there. Our Henson's gotten past Prodigy at the very same time. Mr. Cookie's gotten past Kresnos. So lots of moves being made at the moment, but I don't think any are going to happen back here right now. No, they are not. But that's up, and the fight for P2 is very competitive at the moment. I mean, Pablos is cruising at the moment, to say the very least. But I think it's a bit of a shame, because I think had we had Exilist, this could be quite easily, what's it, 3-4-5 way fight for this race lead. Virtual safety car. What's caused that? That's an AlphaTauri stopped on track. That's Alligator stopped on track. Why is he stopped? Oh, he's back going again. Is he by any chance missing a front wing? I love how the game just tries to put really subtle little vibrations in, as if to say, "Oh, they're only going slowly. Just drop them." No, yeah, he hasn't got a front wing. That'll be why. So Mr. Cookie into the pit lane. Prodigy, so's Hazard, so's Koidoi. Jezza B94 picks up a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Just seeing who's coming in for what. What are they going for? What are they going for? So Cookie's gone on to a set of hards, which, yeah, 26 laps, back end of hards. And then if something happens later on, he can definitely switch to softs. I think that's more logical than going to mediums, but I know Hazard and Jezza would have already been on hards. So obviously they can't switch to mediums, because you need to at least change your tyres once. So I get why they've done it. It's just almost a shame. Oh my God, how the hell has Thompson been keeping up with this lot for this much time? And he's going to go for the move on Kresnos. Unbelievable speed down that back straight. Is he going to get it done? He's going to have the outside line. Now to the inside Kresnos, the outside Kresnos, the inside. And Jay Thompson to the outside. And Kresnos is just about going to nick it. Plus he'll have DRS down that back straight. So Kresnos remains in P2 for now, but Jade Thompson putting up one hell of a fight. Prodigy just getting past Marek there in the pits. That'll be why. Exilist up to P4 as well. He'll be happy with that move getting made. Henson having to subside for P5. But I think considering his qualifying pace, I doubt it'll be too much complaining about the 8 positions gained so far. Without a doubt, the best performance of the race so far, other than Jezza, who's up 6 at the moment, but he's all the way down in P11. So, in comparison to our Henson's P5. So, I think I'm going to give it to our Henson at the moment. It's been a very, very impressive first 10, 11 laps for the Haas driver. Speaking of Haas, his teammate obviously just came into the pit lane. He's decided to come out on a set of medium tyres. Obviously, he must have been on the hards previously. And Mr. Cookie, incredibly close to short markers, picks up a 3-second time penalty for crossing over the white line as he gets the move made. And that could be hugely detrimental to his race. If we saw anything we knew before, it just means it's going to be such a tight fight up at the top. And I think he might have just put a right nail in the coffin on that one. And only 12 laps in as well. He has the opportunity, if he keeps this pace up, to do it 3 more times. And I can hardly see that being a good idea. Marek into the pits again. I don't know what he's doing. He's getting a new front wing. His front wing must be busted. Oh god, that's never good. To have to come in, have a pit stop, and have to go in again because you have to change your front wing. And obviously because you have to change your front wing, you have to change your tyres, so he won't be happy. He's gone back onto mediums, so at least that's a positive, I guess. His mediums will be a bit fresher than everyone else's, but everyone else is a mile up the road, so I don't really know whether it's much of a positive bonus. But nevertheless, this race is really quiet at the moment. Jez is close, to be fair. I reckon he could get the move on Kodoi here. Can he pull it off? I think so. He's got DRS. He'll probably use ERS as well. He's staying behind, interestingly enough. I mean, he's close behind. He's right up the gearbox of that Williams, but he is opting to stay behind. Funnily enough, that kind of surprises me, to be honest. I'd have thought he would have, wanted to get past and get that move made early, but he must be comfortable sitting behind the Williams for another lap. Just, wait for a better opportunity, I guess. Which, in my opinion, perfectly valid. I much prefer to do apologise. I much prefer to wait for a better opportunity than to sort of just go for the one that I have in front of me, even if it's a bit mediocre. Sorry for the rattling. Just closing my window. It's getting cold in here. Issue is though for Jezza is, well, that lap kind of told us that he's struggling to stay with the Williams during certain parts of the lap. Maybe he's not quite as. Maybe he's pretty much on par with the Williams. I genuinely have no idea. So this is. Oh, he's picked up a 3 second. So that's not good. That's not good at all. We don't want those. That's now what? 3 people with penalties. Obviously, additional penalties is never helpful. That's quieting down. This is, well, no, Marcus has had an absolute nightmare and has fallen down. He's only lost a place, luckily, because that could have been really rather bad for him. Oh, of course. As soon as I move away, Jezza goes and makes that move down the back straight. We sit and watch these guys for like 3 laps. They do nothing. And the moment you look away, that's when they decide, yes, I'm going to make a move. Lizzie's gotten past Samiri Titan as well. Um, Hilarious name, Smeary Titan. I don't know why, but I really quite like that name. I think this is probably, other than obviously Kodoi and Jezza, the closest battle. Currently sits up at the top, which is always a. Oh, of course they change positions, don't they? Oh man, down the back straight. Sorry, down the main straight as well. First time I've actually seen a move there. I think the move speaks for itself. That was class. That was really impressive, actually. Um, I'm absolutely. Oh, Pablos into the pit lane. Okay, so pit window must be upon us. Yeah, it is. Pit window's on us. Jay Thompson, take a bow. How many? He's done 16 laps on a set of soft tyres, and he was P4. That is incredible. He's going to get out genuinely not that far behind Pablos. And you know what he can do? Where is he? I've lost him. He can come out on mediums and finish the race on mediums. He's done a soft to medium strategy in a race which is a medium to hard. That's outrageous. Right. Well. Oh, this is close. Pablos is going to get himself past the sister. No, the sister team gets past the main team. That is something you don't see very often. Pablos overtaking Prodigy there, as Prodigy taking a bit of a funny line through there. I think he might have gone a little loose. But oh my god, it's a safety car. Oh, that really hurts. To be fair, I'm kind of rooting for Jay Thompson because of the outrageous strategy. And he's just 1 lap too early. I guess the benefit is, though, really you want medium tyres to finish this race. A fair few people will come in. A fair few people will pit. Kresnos will pit. Cookie will probably pit. So will Exelis and Henson. They'll definitely pit. Could probably just go and look and check, couldn't we? Either way, Cookie's going to pit. So's Exelis. So's our Henson. Possibly Prodigy as well. Hazard probably won't. Either way, that means Jay Thompson's going to jump up a lot of positions here. I know everybody else is going to be on fresh mediums, but so's Jay Thompson. I guess he's gone from having a stellar, great opportunity on a strategy to now on par with everyone else. So he hasn't lost out. He just isn't gaining the advantage anymore, if that makes sense. So yes, everyone in the top. Pablos pits as well. Oh my god, everyone pits except for Jay Thompson. Jay Thompson's going to be the only guy not to pit, and I don't think he's quite going to make it into first. I think Kresnos is, but he's going to be on hard tyres. Oh, this is going to be a close fight. Who's going to come out in front? It's going to be Jay Thompson. Okay, so that's a lot more people. That's everyone pitting, all for fresh mediums. So all of a sudden, the strategy is quite simple. Mediums to the end, except for Kodoi, who thinks there's going to be another incidence. Right. Hopefully, we should be getting started this lap. I'm hoping. We might just about make it. Oh, Alligator's quite a way behind. Do we wait for him? I don't know. Personally, I say we go. But I think the safety car will probably say differently. We are not. We are, sorry, going to wait for him. So we'll be getting started next lap. Unless he catches up very quickly. But I don't think that's going to happen. No, we're going for one more lap. Yay. Oh, got hiccups, man. Really? Right, so safety car is coming in. We should be going green any moment now, and just as I say it, Kresnos decides to pull away. And we go green once again here in Brazil. Jay Thompson almost immediately putting on an attacking presence just behind our Henson, scrapping heavily. Exelis managing to siphon his way through. So does Pablos, though a little bit of a collision between the two of them. And now that's going to lead into possibly a little bit of a collision between Pablos and Prodigy. Prodigy on the outside in the Red Bull. Can he get slightly later on the brakes? No, he can't. Pablos getting a very good move there, much later on the brakes. And a much um a great move nevertheless. Excellent. I've just seen in the chat that he said I can come back from this, and he would have come back from this. You poor soul. You poor soul. That's gone horribly wrong. He's left the session again, and he's fallen to the back of the grid. He's doing what I did this season 4, and just I kept disconnecting from stuff constantly. It was quite frustrating. I couldn't do anything for like 3 months because I just kept getting disconnected. Right, so Kresnos comes into the pit lane. Obviously he's realised that those hard tyres just aren't gonna do. So everyone gains a position. Dave Thompson inherits the lead. Mr. Cookie running just behind. Mr. Cookie looking in a really good position here. He's going to go side by side now down the down the back straight. Can he get the better acceleration? Not quite. They're going to run side by side here. Alpine on the inside. Can he get it? Not quite. He's got a slightly better run. Can he finish it off here? No, he can't. The Williams is going to swoop through and take the position very, very well. Impressive, to say the least. So that's Mr. Cookie into the lead of the race, but it's not all done and dusted just yet, because Mr. Cookie's got a 3-second time penalty. So he would have to extend 3 seconds to the next driver behind him before he doesn't lose a position. Anything under 3 seconds, then he's finished. Exactly 3 seconds, and he finishes in front because he finished on track in front, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I don't know. Oh, big glitches. Oh, that's never good. Oh, we don't like glitches. It means someone's lagging. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. I've just had the worst experience a human can have. I just went to sneeze and then it just went away at the very last second. And as I was doing that, Bablos overtakes Jay Thompson for P2. It's all gone wrong. Excellent. I did a comeback from P17 to P3, and then this, it's all gone wrong for you too, my friend. We're not having a good day, are we? We're not having a good day, Excellus. Lizzie's gotten past our Henson. Our Henson's properly scrapping in this midfield. I swear this guy hasn't been out of a fight in forever. As Pablos has gotten the move made on Mr. Cookie, down the back straight, DRS would have been open for the AlphaTauri, as well as all the Williams had a little look to come back, but you sound I'm not a little sick. I'm rather sick. Yeah, I mentioned at the start of the stream, it's not pleasant. I'm not my usual energetic self. I've got a rather large cup of tea to try and make me get through this. But we're here, and that's the important bit. Jay Thompson's still hanging on the back of Mr. Cookie, even though Pablos is beginning to disappear into the future a little bit, like he did previously. I think Pablos is going to be a real title contender here if he can keep up stuff like this, just sort of running away a little bit. I know Mr. Cookie has just caught up massively. But that is mainly down to DRS. I think the moment Titu race is pretty rubbish. Oh, that's a shame. Just it's raining for the. Oh no, I like a full wet race. It does show who's the best drivers, in my opinion. Oh, our Henson's going for the move on a Lizzie, and they're gonna collide, and that is gonna be our Henson in the wall. Oh God, safety car, full blown safety car. Now this could be interesting. What we got? We got 10 laps remaining. In my opinion, it's full softs to the end. I'm gonna sneeze. It's inters, but DRS is activated. What? So what is it like? Right on the verge between wet and dry, or is it like? Oh yeah, no, it's plenty enough for inters, but for some reason DRS is still activated. I have no idea. But yes, coming back to this race, and I think Pablos is going to do exactly what I said. 5 second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That could be absolutely mega. That could be a mega incident. That's worrying for him almost. So what's it? It's a complete swap. Alligator stays out as well as Jezza. So is Marek by the looks of it. Yeah, he's staying out on hards. Everyone else, softs. I don't think Exilus has got to the pit lane. Exilus is still out. Jackalacko, he's going to go round. No, I don't think he's going to gain many positions through it. But yeah, for the most part, everyone switches to soft tyres pretty much exactly as we expected. So Marek, Alligator and Jezza have been promoted up to the front because of their lack of changing tyres, but they are going to be on 8-lap-old mediums and 9-lap-old hards respectively, whilst everyone else below them from 4th down to 11th is on fresh softs. So I can give you a rough estimation of what's going to happen here. Jezza, Alligator and Marek, don't get me wrong guys, you're good drivers, but you've had it. Pablos, and Mr. Cookie have put themselves in a rather difficult situation here by both picking up penalties. Pablos in particular, because it's a 5 second rather than Mr. Cookie's 3 second. Jay Thompson is all of a sudden in quite a good position to win this. All he's got to do is not let Pablos run away too much. And it's only going to be 8 laps of racing. So what's he got to do? Just half a second a lap, basically. So long as Pablos don't run away, half a second a lap. Plus he's going to get held up with traffic. I have a penalty coming from lap 1, I think. Oh, no. Oh, so I don't even know who's going to miss my braking. Oh, Nelly. Oh. So I have absolutely no idea who's going to win this race. Personally, I don't tend to think about penalties that haven't been put in. Always do it in Brazil. Damn. I tend to not think about penalties which haven't already been dished out, because that then confuses me. Oh, Henson, thanks for that, Elizzy. Yeah, we were watching our Henson, and obviously I have to be neutral, but we saw what we saw. We'll go with that, as I think that's a nice enough giveaway as to our opinions and feelings of it here, in the comms box. But yeah, we got traffic as well, which could open up the door for somebody else to possibly sneak through if they get a good run. Safety cars in this lap. Here we go. This is what it comes down to. It's going to be 8 laps of racing. No, 9 laps of racing, because we do lap 36 as well. 9 laps of racing. Jez is going to lead us off, and he's going to lead us off quite early. holds back a little bit, realizes that he is allowed to do that. Might ruin it for some people. There's a little bit of contacts made there between Pablos and Marak, and all of a sudden Pablos is going to now have to let him back through again, which is going to let a load of people back through, and he's going to slide about all over the place. Marak has to cut the corner. Pablos is going to gain P3. Mr. Cookie doesn't lose out too badly on that, but I don't really know what on earth happened there, as now Marak falls back behind a lot of people. I think he is sort of just letting people through, if I'm being totally honest. A little bit of there squiggle from Short Marcus as Prodigy just catches the rear wheel there. Can he get it hooked around the outside? No, he can't. The McLaren shoots straight through there. So Pablos Cookie and Jay Thompson reunited once again behind the AlphaTauri's teammate, which I think could be a huge benefit for the AlphaTauri, but no, they don't seem to be getting on like teammates should. Alligator kind of blocking off Pablos from making the move there, but seemingly letting the Williams through. Makes about as, oh my god, Jez has just gone completely AWOL, has spun it at the last corner almost. I don't really know what's happened there, but either way, Pablos is into the lead of the race. Mr. Cookie's currently P2 and Jay Thompson's P4. Short Marcus is staying pretty close behind them as well. We know he set a decent time, so possibly he could sneak his way in. He's down 2 places at the moment, so he obviously started P3. So I think with a bit of luck and good overtake here and there, he could definitely get himself up into a podium playing position alongside Jay Thompson. Obviously, I know he says that he has a penalty incoming, but I tend to avoid talking about them too much for sort of the beginning. Alpine's going to go for it. I think the McLaren's going to try and follow through. We know that AlphaTauri is holding them up mega time. So, yes, a brilliant dive bomb there from Short Marcus. Follows the Alpine through. I think the Red Bull as well, Prodigy, is going to be able to get through on that move as well. They'll be most delighted with that. Gap to lead is going to be the more crucial one here, because anything under 5 seconds, currently Pablos drops down to P8. Jezza, 3 second time penalty. Pablos goes and sets the fastest time at the moment, so I can imagine that isn't going to be the case for much longer. Lizzie there guessing the move. Alligator, sorry, just falling down. He's a medium runner, that'll be why. That makes so much more sense. So yeah, Jay Thompson, Short Marcus, literally the lot of them are really comfortable at the moment. Obviously, I know there comes a point. Oh my god, there's another safety car. Why is there another safety car? Oh, it's Smeary. What happened to Smeary? He's lost it at turn 2. I don't know whether he's just gone. He must have gone straight in at the wall there when you were supposed to turn right. I think he's gone straight on. If anybody saw that, please do tell us what happened, because it would be interesting. It's going to be a mad dash to the finish, though. Completely ruins the opportunities of Pablos and Cookie, because they're not going to have time to pull away. So, essentially, right now, the winner of this race could be currently in P4. For all we know. Because Pablos and Mr. Cookie have got on-track penalties. Jay Thompson thinks he's going to get a penalty. And Short Marcus, we have absolutely no idea whether he thinks he's going to get a penalty, but he currently doesn't. But obviously that penalty for Short Marcus is not confirmed. So, no, for Jay Thompson, sorry, is not confirmed. So currently, Jay Thompson on penalties is leading this race, and I feel unless something tragic happens, unless we have a quite a pile up, I can see it roughly ending the way it is. Looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to just seeing how this runs out. You never know. Short Marcus might be able to get the move done on Jay Thompson. You never know. Lizzie might soar up and through, but I think from what we saw, Lizzie's probably going to get a penalty. Um, Prodigy is quite far back, to be fair, but it's not impossible. I think it's been a solid first race. We've seen a decent enough amount of overtakes. Hasn't been too boring. We've had enough. Oh, we're going for another lap, are we? Oh god, so we're gonna get started on lap 34. So we're only gonna have lap 34, 35, and 30. We're only gonna have 3 laps. Oh, right. Okay. What are our predictions, guys? What are we predicting is gonna be the final line out? Because currently, as mad as it sounds, Pablos is P10. Pablos is P11. Because he drops down below Excelest. Oh, well, obviously, I know there's people with penalties as well, which changes everything, but that's big drop. Even if it was a drop down to P8 or something, that's huge for the championship. Obviously, Mr. Cookie's not really sat in a very good boat either. But this will be interesting, I think. Right. Hopefully, we'll be getting started at the end of this lap. We are good. Right. Pablos will. Whoa, what happened to Jez there? I've got absolutely no idea. He's done exactly what he did last time. Pablos leads us away, and Prodigy immediately retires from the session. Absolutely no idea what happened there. He's right in the wall. No, Jay Thompson, 3 second time penalty, multiple warnings. This completely opens the door for Short Marcus. Lizzie gets himself up into a decent place as well with Kresnos. Quite a fair bit behind with Hazard and Blackbone, which does open the opportunity for some other drivers to try and push up towards the top. But I think Alizzi's going to probably struggle to do so at this point. Interesting thing though is Jay Thompson and Mr. Cookie currently sit level on penalties, so that position for Jay Thompson to now make is a lot more crucial. Oh my god, I sound like a corky teenager again. So Jay Thompson has actually got to put in some effort now and try and get past Cookie. Can I see it happening? Oh, getting a little bit loose out of that final corner. You can tell he's properly going for it if that's the case. He's certainly closing in. He's used a lot of ERS in one lap though, to be fair. Mr. Cookie's used more though, so it's not massive, not mega news. Kresnos is going for the move on Lizzie. Is he going to be able to pull it off? He's going to have the outside line and he is going to get the position and get himself in front just prior to that braking zone. So Kresnos into P5. He's got quite a bit of a gap between himself and Short Marcus, who's the sort of the other person he's competing for this race win for, I think. But Short Marcus does have a fair bit of traffic, so it is plausible to catch up. Even just to get within the DRS zone of Short Marcus would be absolutely huge for his possibility of winning this race. It's not quite going to be. Oh no, it might be. He might just get it here. I think he's going to. Yeah, he's within 9/10 of a second at the DRS point. He's going to get DRS here. He's using a bit of ERS to try and keep himself closed in. Oh, Apparently not. Oh God, no! Of course not, because we haven't had DRS enabled yet. So our final lap is going to have one opportunity with DRS. It's not going to be early enough on the McLaren to be able to sort of go for a move. He's not going to be able to go for a move here, but he can certainly close that gap down than he had done before. It's not going to be a massive close. It's half a second now between Short Marcus and Kresnos. So this is pretty much the fight to the end. And I think Short Marcus is well aware of that. But he's got that traffic in front of him. And it's just causing him problems. He can't seem to shake past it. It's definitely losing him time in the corners, because he won't have as much grip as he wants. The Alpine and the Williams do seem to be going offline as well at times. They're not taking optimal lines because they're trying to battle for position as well, which then means that the McLaren's got to slow down because he can't get quite in front, even though those two are still fighting. So now we go to the very end of this race, and Pablos, even though being the fastest driver, he's not going to come home and take the win today, but he is going to get that on-track first place finish, and I think he's going to be pretty happy with that. Nevertheless, the Alpine coming through now. Is he going to be able to get it right to the very line? Oh my good God, that's close. That's seriously close. That's seriously close. That's identical. Oh my God. Was that actually just identical? Was that genuinely just identical? I have no idea. I have no idea. The Williams is on the podium. So I think Cookie got it. Wow. Well, congratulations to everyone else. McLaren doing rather well indeed. I think he's done well to, he's had an absolute stinker of a start. If you remember, Short Marcus was 17th after the first corners. That was another one you missed. So well done to him to get that win. But how close was it? Mr. Cookie, J. Thompson, time. Oh my God, it's identical. 2.892 seconds delayed. That is genuinely unbelievable. That is genuinely unbelievable. Short Marcus, Kresnos, Cookie, J. Thompson, Elizzi, Hazard, Pablos R. Henson, Marek, Alligator, Jackalacco, Blackbone, Kodai, Jezza, Exilis, Prodigy, and Smeary was our final list. I can't believe I've just made that. But I can't. That's identical. Oh, that is just spectacular. That was just phenomenal. Well, I don't know who takes third because of that. But nevertheless, well done to him. That's going to wrap it up. I can't lie. I need to go to bed. I'm knackered. But yeah, we'll figure it out by next week. We'll have somebody that comes third. Even if we do heads or tails. Other than that, thank you all very much for watching. I've been the Characteristics, and good night.